Good morning, teacher. I'm Alejandra Ilaño, and I'm going to talk about Chapter 4, 5, and 6 from the Common European Framework. Well, Chapter 4. The topic is language use and the language user learner. In this chapter, mentions ways to understand taxes that students have to do. For example, readings, audios, or speeches, as is the case now. The book also mentions the files and the environment in which where the students have to develop their language. The files are called domains, which has subcategories: public, educational, professional, and personal. Each one is referred to a specific topic in the environment. Also, the book mentions conditions and constraints that students have to in where students are involved. These conditions are physical conditions, social, and time pressure. In the first one, physical, it's about for example, if the speech of the task, like reading or writing, is in a class, or well, it's about the environment. The second one, social, it's about, for example, if the task is a speech, how the speecher are related with the locutors, or how many locutors are in the class. Time pressure. This is about time preparation of the students, and also the time that the students have to do in order to develop the topic, etc. Chapter 5. The user learner's competence. In this chapter, I consider important one thing, that is communicative language competence. There is subcategorized in three branches. There are linguistic, sociolinguistic, and pragmatic. In linguistic, it's about grammar, orthography, and lexic. Sociolinguistic, it's that the students are able to make a conversation in the environment. It means in a group or with another people, in society in general. The third is pragmatic. In this topic, it's considered discourse, designed, and functional. It means the scheme of the could be a writing or the speech. Also, the book mentioned in this chapter the existential competence. It's refer about attitudes, motivations, and personalities that students have to have in order to learn the new language. And the last one is language learning and teaching. I consider this chapter the most important because in it there are some strategies for students and also teachers in order to make the process of learning and teaching a new language more factable. Students and teachers have to have in mind what are their goals or aims. In this case, the book mentions five five aims, which are: first, terms of development of the learner's general competence. This is about the personality or behavior that the student has in order to develop herself or himself. The second, terms of the extension and diversification of communicative language competence. Well, as we know, as I mentioned in the last chapter, is communicative language competence. So this topic is related to linguistic, sociolinguistic, and pragmatic. The third is terms of the better performance in one or more specific language activities. It refers about taxes, about how the taxes have to do by students. For example, productions or interactions with the partners, or in other case with the teachers, and also reception. For aim is terms of optimal functional operation in a given domain. This is about domains, as I mentioned in the chapter 4. And the last aim is terms of the enrichment or diversification of strategies. So in the last one, the book gives a the book gives us some strategies for students and teachers in order to make processes in order to make the process successful. Also, in the chapter 6, it's mentioned that sometimes the process has a little problems, and it is because of the attitudes from students, the bad attitudes that some students have. Um, in summary, I think, or I consider these three chapters, important because they give us some strategies to learn and teaching also the new language. Being in order to be a new user learner, but not as it is also a competent user learner. And for the browser, for the process, it's important that both parts are involved in the topic.